There we are. See?
Hey, Richard, happy birthday.
Oh, it's Richard's birthday.
His birthday was Thursday.
Oh, well, it says,
Still.
he says he's an old man. I'll give you, you want a walker?
Oh,
Give you a
no.
walker? No, you're not that old yet, trust
No.
me.
His back is still straight.
Yep.
K Munin is here.
Yes.
Richard is here celebrating his
Yeah.
58th birthday. Happy birthday to Richard. Real Woman is here. Hello. Looking forward to your pickups. Yes, we did
Yes.
get a couple of
Yeah, we're going to be showing you a few
pickups.
things. We got a few things to talk about. Renard is here.
Yeah, crank up the 65 Chevy station wagon and head down Nostalgia Avenue.
KFC.
And we will get some good old KFC
Johnny
on our
Future
trip.
made
Hey,
it.
Johnny, ain't see Johnny in a while. Where you been? How was your trip to the Orient?
And Seth, this is long-time listener, first-time caller.
Hey, Seth.
Well, we appreciate
Seth,
it.
drop gloves.
Drop gloves. No,
Yes.
the gloves are off.
Yes.
It's ass whooping time.
Oh no, Johnny got to leave in an
Leave in
hour
an
to go
hour.
to work. He got to replenish his bank account for
Yeah.
the next trip.
For the next trip. And King Ming is
King
there.
Ming is here. Hey, glad to see you. Did
Yeah.
go live today. Saw your
the
early
swap
video.
earlier. Yeah, I was. We were out at the
Yes.
swap. That was the Atlanta swap at the Cobb
Atlanta
Antique
Vintage.
Mall. Atlanta Vintage does that.
Yeah.
Toy and comic outdoor show, smaller show.
Mm-hmm.
Smaller show. Yeah, we have some pickups. We're going to get to that. We have a few
Yeah.
other things I'm going to run over also. But yeah, we went out there and we were multitasking
Mm-hmm.
because we also had been invited to come out and film a private collection,
Mm-hmm.
and which we did do. And I'll be putting that up this week. And you'll get to see someone else's, because I've done that before. I haven't had an opportunity to do it too much, and if I can, I'll do that more often. But yeah, we filmed through private collection, some nice stuff. And of course, we went to the show today.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't do much of the show. I didn't get anything at the show. She did.
Yeah.
And then she picked up some comics in at the local place there. And then we went to Second Chance.
Yeah.
And actually did some wheeling and dealing at Second Chance.
Yeah,
So
some good wheeling and some good dealing.
Actually, we really did. There's like some things that been around for a while, so we got a good deal on them. We were able to negotiate really nicely.
Yeah.
And so we'll show that, and I'll have the tour video coming up this week, and I'll have a separate pickups video this week from some other things.
I need to go get my phone.
You have to get your phone.
Yeah, because I got an auction. Closing.
She's got an auction. Oh my
I
God.
do, because there's some stuff that nobody's bidding on.
Oh, yeah, well, that's the best way to get it. And also, there's some other things, some more personal things I'll be talking about today, because I do have to address the elephant in the room, and that is about about one of our felines, one of my most favorite, actually, and that's Hobo, and I'll be talking about him for a few minutes, actually. Johnny says, love the show with Dan from Arkham Comics. Hope we do more. Yeah, we had him on a couple of times in the past. It's like the third time, actually, that Daniel from Arkham Comics has been on. And he's been in the business since the 80s. So he's very, very knowledgeable about the comic industry. And also, he's famous anyways for his feuds with the hierarchy of CGC and getting into it with them on at shows and things like that. King Ming says, gotta know, did you get the Gloob A-Team? No, it wasn't lightly rough. It was very rough, actually, the box. So that's why I passed on it. The box was pretty rough. If it was in better shape, I probably would have grabbed the A-Team set, but it really wasn't. Like I said, otherwise I probably would have done that. But because I do have the carded villain
Uh-oh.
set. Careful.
Hitting stuff.
I do have the carded villain set. And of course, there was a card. Galoob did a lot of stuff with those 18 figures, and they had a lot of individual vehicle sets as well that are pretty tough to find nowadays. Pretty tough to find. Oh, there's Box. I guess Boxer wasn't there.
Oh, he wasn't there when we told him
Yeah,
happy
yeah,
birthday.
happy birthday indeed, Richard. I assumed you were there, but now you're back. Yeah, Munin says sorry to hear about Hobo.
Yeah, he passed
and I'll
away.
just go ahead and address that. Yeah, Richard Hobo, because he had feline autoimmune disease,
AIDS.
and feline AIDS, transmitted through biting with cats, not an STD. But anytime he gets sick, it's really life threatening. It's because he's been very ill a few times, and he got an infection, and so he was sick again, and I got him treated, and the infection was cleared up, but somehow or other he had an internal rupture and was bleeding, and nobody knew. And so about 1 o'clock on Tuesday, he passed away. He died, and I had him. I was with him. I had been with him for days and tended him and kept him calm. He had a couple of seizures.
Oh God.
Yeah, he had a couple of seizures, and I held him through his seizures. And I brushed him constantly because he really enjoyed being brushed, and he'd calm down and he'd start purring. He was the kind of cat you could brush him anywhere: his head, his neck, his tail, his belly. He didn't care. He just loved it. And so I brushed him a lot to help keep him calm. And that was a very sad thing. And see, we've been taking care of him for a few years, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to have given him a better life, and take care of him and bring him from the state he was in to where he was clean and well cared for and happy. He seemed like he was happy. And that was hard on me. I took that really hard because, they're not pets to me. They're my friends. I care about them, and I consider it a kind of a privilege to help them and to take care of them. So that was hard. That was hard, especially after Uncle dying a few months ago.
Yeah.
He passed away a few months ago from an illness also, something unrelated, but that was just tough. That was just tough on me. And yeah, I'm not going to forget him. I miss him. I'm going to keep missing him. But yeah, just go ahead and address that because I know people are curious. And a lot of people know who Hobo is. Hobo and Dad. A lot of people know Dad, who's like 20 now. Robert misses him too. He was a sweetheart, and for what he came from, finding him practically dead in the first place and going from being totally feral and not wanting anything to do with people to being just a sweetheart of a cat. That transformation, some of these animals, they really know when you helped them, and he was one of them. He was one of them. And Dad is too. Old Dad, who, like I said, he's at least 20 now, and he's like that. He'd gone from total feral to, hey, pick me up. If I'm out there and other cats are getting attention, he gets jealous. He'll push them out of the way. Dad will. He'll bump them out of the way, or he'll put his paw on their head and push them. It's really funny. And then he wants to climb up on my lap. He's a sweetheart too. He's a sweetheart too, and that's and they die. Over time, things happen. And thank you, Logic Blaster. We appreciate that, making a donation. And of course, donations always go towards helping us with our feline friends and taking care of the shelter cats. There's John McJunkin joining us.
I didn't know because I was talking about going
I
back
heard they were
and
on DVD.
Watching
Interesting.
those ABC After Special, because I used to like when that came on. And I used to watch every one growing up. And I thought about, because I saw a few on YouTube, and I told myself I want to go back and just start watching them, every couple days or so. But oh wow, so they put that on a DVD. I got to look for
Yeah,
that.
look for that.
I'm gonna look for
That might
that.
be interesting. But
Yeah.
yeah, just to wrap that up, yeah, I never knew a toothless cat. He had no teeth, and so why he was starving to death, he couldn't eat. And when I found him, but yeah, I did my best to care for him. All of them, really,
Mm-hmm.
they're important to me. They're important to me, and I enjoy helping them. But it's hard when they go, and I know they're going to pass away from time to
Yeah.
time. It's just that it's hard when it's so close. Because, like I said, Uncle just died a few months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, oh, come on, give me a break.
Yeah. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Robert, for helping us out. Also, I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate it. We both
Mm-hmm.
appreciate it. It's you don't mean to bring the tone down,
Yeah.
but I know a lot of people were curious
Mm-hmm.
and just wanted to explain, just wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
But getting back on track,
Mm-hmm.
before I start choking up, because I took that hard. I felt so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we went out to the comic and toy outdoor show today, hosted by Atlanta Vintage at the Cobb Antique Mall.
Mm-hmm.
And we went in the Cobb Antique Mall. And the Cobb Antique Mall, just like Treasure Hunt
Mm-hmm.
in Powder Springs, if you're ever in the area, they lean heavily on vintage toys. Both of
Yeah.
them. It's not like, you go to Antique Mall and you might see a toy here or there. There are several booths in both of those antique malls dedicated to toys and comics. So it makes it a lot more interesting for us.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it a lot more interesting to go in and see that. Johnny's telling us about his Criterion movies.
What is that? Criterion.
There's a huge anthology of behind the scenes and stuff included with the discs. If
What
I'm
is
thinking
a
of the right thing,
Criterion?
Criterion is the name of that series.
But what is it behind the scenes of?
Any film that is in the series,
Mm.
any classic film that's in the Criterion series.
Oh, okay. Mm.
But,
I mean, I'm not trying to rain on Johnny Parade, but I'm just like, if I, is it a? Oh God, y'all go ahead. Let me see what this is. Hey,
I don't know
what's
about
going
you.
on?
Oh my goodness.
Yep. I know.
Sorry, she has something she has to fix. Yeah, you're indeed, Richard. He said Hobo is still loved. Yes, absolutely. Robert says, didn't you go to that outside mall and then you said go to some auction? No. There's Gunpowder Nitro is joining us. We went to the outdoor show, and then after the outdoor show, we went into the antique mall. And she got some comics, and she's going to show that in a minute. And then we went to film the private collection. We filmed somebody's private collection. You'll see whose in this week coming. In a few days, I'm going to put that up. And like I said, I filmed a walkthrough of their private collection, talked to them a little bit. And we were also at Second Chance, the toy store, which is mostly vintage, probably one of the largest vintage toy stores you're going to find in the Atlanta area. And we're going to film another walkthrough of that store as well. It's been a while since we were back there and we talked to them. We're going to come back and film. And Munin says they were surprised to see Pokemon Select figures with the Tekken line at that show. As I catch up, Munin's looking forward to the collection walkthrough. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to do a little bit more of that, going and visiting some of our friends and other acquaintances and seeing if I can film their collections and share it on the channel. Johnny wants a memorial video for Hobo. I might. I know I did one when Spec died, and I did one when Uncle died on the Cat channel, and LPH was wondering if I was going to do one also, and I probably will. Jesse Say What joining us. And what does Johnny say there? John says they're not so much as fur babies as we humans are blessed to give love and be loved by them. Yeah, like I said, they're not pets to me. You know, they're cat friends. They're cat friends. So they're very important to me. All of them are. So we went to Second Chance. She only one purchase was made at the outdoor show by LPH, and she'll show that when she gets back. And then we went to Second Chance, and we did a lot of negotiating actually. And we got a big haul from Second Chance. I could almost do a haul video just on that. And Gunpowder says they got Spawn 4 Vitalator cover for $3. Wow. There you go. Pulled your nostalgic heartstrings. And Renard says, if I saw the Fat Albert pilot episode from 1970, yeah, the one with the really rudimentary artwork. Yeah, I've seen that. And Robert says, didn't you have a cat named Oregon? No. Oregon? No. I mean, I could run through cat names because I name everybody. I try to. If they stick around long enough, I will name them. Or Oreo. No, not Oreo either, Robert. And I mean, I'm getting them. I get alerts on my cameras all the time. See, look at this. That's the porch camera, and it's alerting me an animal was seen, and I know who that is. That's old Mama. She was that black feral, if you remember, that black feral that had those kittens in our yard. That's her. She's still with us. I miss Pirate too. Johnny remembers Pirate. I never did find out what happened to her. And that does happen with the outdoor shelter cats, especially if it, feral and clouder cats, a group of cats is called a clouder, that they wander off and disappear on you occasionally. Every once in a while, one of them, they just decide to leave, or who knows, something could have happened to her. I searched the woods for her because she was a sweetheart. I didn't expect her to go anywhere. She's one of when they're really super friendly, typically they don't go anywhere. That's why Dad's always on the back porch. That's why Mama Cat's always on the back porch. And Pinky is still with us. That was Pirate's sister. They are from the same litter. They're from the same litter. But again, yeah, and we'll be going also. I might have an opportunity next weekend to film another friend's private collection. I'm going to see if I can pull it off. And I'm going to do a tour of Second Chance's store coming up in the next couple of weeks. And Armand wants to know what the cat count is now. 13. 13 now with the loss of Hobo, unfortunately. Yeah, that was just hard. That was just hard. I hate it when something happens to them. But I probably hate when they disappear more, because then I never know what happened. I never know what happened when they just disappear. They just disappear. Johnny says you have photos of Pinky that you can show. I don't know if I have any handy. I'll have to see. And Ooby Doob is here. Made a donation for the felines. Much appreciated. Thank you, Ooby Doob. Thank you to everybody who has made donations for our feline friends. I don't know if I have a picture of, let me see if I have anything stored in the phone or not. I might not. I'm just looking really quickly because I've transferred a bunch of the photos out of my phone into the computer, and I may not have a direct photo of her anymore. I don't know that I do. Just group shots. Group shots. Yeah, no, I don't have a picture of Pinky. Or I'm sorry. Oh, Pinky. I'm thinking of the wrong cat. Let me see if I get a picture of Pinky on here. If I have a picture of Pinky on here that I can show. I'll looking through really quickly here. Yeah, no, now we're all off track. All off track. No, I don't know if I do. I don't know that I do. Not on the phone. Not on the phone. In the computer, yes, but not on the phone. Yes, Pinky is Pirate's sister. They are from the same litter. And Arvid wants to know if I taught the tats any tricks. No, nothing like that. Nothing like that. And John says, do they have any TG and Y stores where you've lived? And if so, what was my go-to store as a kid to buy comics? TG and Y? I don't think so. That doesn't sound familiar. And Gunpowder says you get attached to them and they become part of the family. That is very true. I can show you a fantastic shot of Granny Smith, though. Everybody knows Granny Smith. There you go. That's Granny Smith sitting in my lap, and that is exactly how she plops down on me. She sits just like that, and then looks at you all sideways if you want her to move. That's that's Granny Smith for you. That's what she does. Just for yeah. A lot of people know Granny Smith too. There she is. This is Granny Smith is the one that's handicapped because when we got her, she was another feral. She was living under a shed. And the person who used to put food out for her noticed that she was limping, but failed to let us know that she had been limping for months. And so when we got her to the vet, they said that she had a broken elbow that healed wrong. So now when she walks, she lurches like this. Excuse me. Patty says you're becoming an old cat lady by collecting them. Yeah, I guess so. I'm not. I think they're collecting me. I think they're collecting me. Yeah, that's right. Johnny says, Granny Smith says, don't even bother me. She does that. Robert wants to know if the other cats feel the loss. I think they can tell because they're very emotional. They do display a lot of emotions, love, anger, jealousy. And I think that they do notice, obviously, when somebody's not there and probably look for them, look around for them, or look where they should be, or, things like that. I'm sure they feel something emotionally. They feel something emotionally when someone that they're familiar with, even another cat, is gone, is just gone for whatever reason, dies, disappears, whatever. Because they have been going and checking his habitat because he has his own spot, his own thing that he sleeps in, and they have been checking hobos, probably looking to see if he's there, and he's not. He's not. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Gunpowder talking about McFarlane. He says, I never would think 90s McFarlane stuff is so cheap. All the early stuff is antiques now. Comics and figures get no love. I can buy the figure on the card cheap. Yeah. Well, the thing is, McFarlane, he cranked out a ton of that stuff. It was worth more in the 90s than it is now. Aftermarket on McFarlane in the late 90s was pretty good. I know that Malbolgia figure used to sell for well over $100. But yeah, they produced tons of those figures. So yeah, you can still get most McFarlane action figures for a fairly decent price from the 90s, from the 1990s. Any of those Spawn related figures, even the repaints and variants, you can get for a really bang up value. As I pointed out, also I will be doing a pickups video coming up this week, a pickups video. And one of the things, I can give you a preview from the pickups video if you want to see something that I got that was really nostalgic for me this week. And yeah, it's right here. Hold on a second. I'll just grab it. Something that's really nostalgic for me. For those of you who remember Freakies, who remembers the Freakies cereal? There were two attempts at it, one from the 70s and one from the 1980s. Freakies cereal. And these are from the 1980s. So they had a lot of prizes, Freakies. And I'll talk about this again when I do the pickup video. They had a lot of prizes in Freaky cereals. They had racing cars that were operated by balloons. They had little boats, little figurines. They had refrigerator magnets. And they had these, which are iron-on patches. Iron-on patches. And I'll show you them. And with Freakies, everything is in sets of 7, except for the patches. The patches are the only exception because there's actually 8 in the set, and most people are not aware of that, and they never get the last patch. And the last patch is actually the hardest one to get, and I'll show you that. John McJunkin wanted to know where kids, where you live to buy toys or comics. Yeah, aside from kid, when I was a kid, nowhere, because I didn't have any money and nobody was buying me anything. But as I got older, mostly it was Caldor's, KB Toy Store, Ann and Hope had a pretty big selection. But these are iron-on patches. Snorkeldorf, I Love Me. See, and they're unused. These are really nice. And I had 2 of these when I was a kid. I had 2 of them. And this is one of the ones that I had. It's Goody Goody. Who is this? That is Ham Hose. He wants to be alone. Grumble. That's the other one that I had. Because at some point I actually had a box of 70s Freakies cereal, and it says, actually it's dated 1975. You can see it there. And I got 2 patches in it instead of 1. There's Gargle. Really interesting artwork for these characters. Who is this? Boss Moss. Cow Mumble. And then the one patch that nobody knows about is the treehouse, the tree that they live under on their island, the Freakies family tree. Freakies family tree. So that, yeah, if you ever decide to get a set of the patches, there's 8, not 7. Very important. Very important. But yeah, and I'd like to get all the Freaky cereal prizes. It can be expensive. Vintage cereal prizes can be surprisingly, remarkably expensive, considering that they must have printed 1 million of each of these, but you can't find them now because kids used them up and threw them away or lost them or broke them or something. And, you try looking up any of those vintage prizes that you might remember from when you were a kid, the honeycomb trophies. Kellogg's had famous famous men of history busts and famous characters of the Old West figural busts. And it was just a little plastic head of like General Custer and Geronimo and Davy Crockett and stuff like that. You can't find that stuff. You can't find that stuff anywhere. Seriously. It's just not out there. And when you do, it's crazy expensive, a lot of it. A lot of those prizes, especially the further back you go, the more expensive all that stuff becomes. Trying to, and Robert wants to know if we picked up anything from where we went today. Yeah, my wife had to pick up from that show that we did the live from, and we also went to Second Chance and did some pickups, and we're going to show that here in a few minutes. And this K Mars, sorry to hobo passing was very, very difficult, and it's it's a shame too, because when they die, they take a piece of you with them. They really do. So that was very hard. That was very, very hard. As I try to cascade through a few more of these comments. I guess I can just go ahead and show you what I got while I'm still waiting for LPH, because she had to run and take that phone call, unfortunately. K. Morris says, was at a toy fair, found some very cheap but nearly impossible to find toys. As you said in the past, rare does not mean expensive. That's true, because you can have some things that are unbelievably rare, and they cost almost nothing. It really depends. It's a supply and demand thing, honestly, supply and demand thing. But yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, Boss Moss looks like Slimer, says Richard, or Slimer looks like him, because Boss Moss is 1975. However, Slimer is actually supposed to look like John Belushi. John Belushi was originally supposed to have Bill Murray's part. Bill Murray got the part. Bill Murray got the part because John Belushi passed away. And as a homage to John Belushi, that's why the Slimer character was created. But that's according to Dan Aykroyd, that it's supposed to actually even sort of resemble him, which I don't know if it does resemble him. And that's LPH right there saying she's sorry for the hang up. It's work that's calling her, and there's some kind of problem apparently. Robert wants to know if there's anything I'm planning on getting that recently came out. Not really. She might get the Duke set. LPH is thinking about getting the Dukes of Hazzard from Ramen Toy, but I don't know if I'm going to bother with anything that's recently coming out. Johnny wants to know, he's noticing local malls having card shows inside the mall nowadays. If you notice that, I remember malls used to do that, but I haven't been to a mall in a long time either. I haven't been to a mall in a long time either. So I don't know. Yeah, King Ming, Slimer is supposed to be Belushi because Belushi was supposed to be Venkman, or again, Bill Murray's part. And Eddie Murphy was supposed to be Winston. But then Eddie Murphy dropped it because he wanted to go do something else. So they had a hard time with casting in that movie. Army wants to know if malls are still dying. It sure seems like it. Not the outdoor ones. I think the outdoor ones, the big ones, are still doing okay. But the indoor malls, for some reason, are dying. But here, I'll show you one of my pickups. And this came from Second Chance. And I couldn't resist this. Oh, get ready. This is a big one. This is a big one. Okay. And this is, what was this, 1978? Milton Bradley Electronics. It's the Starbird. Unplayed with, working condition. I kid you not. No broken corners on this box. There's the back, and I will open it. It's not a sealed box. There's tape on it, but it's not sealed. The Electronic Starbird by Milton Bradley, part of a series. That's the command base. This is notoriously difficult because the Starbird command base that's advertised on the back here, because that entire base is cardboard sheets, and you just kind of fit the cardboard pieces together to build the base. So every time I've ever seen the Starbird command base, it's a box full of ripped up cardboard scrap. It's a box full of ripped up cardboard. It looks absolutely dreadful. There are 3 ships in this set. There's the Starbird, the Intruder, and the Avenger. And I got 2 of them today, including this one. And then, of course, there's the vehicle, Big Track, by Milton Bradley. And there's an accessory to the Big Track, which is the hauler that you attach to the back of it. And I'll open this up. Let me just get through a couple more of the comments there. I'll take the lid off of this and show you what this looks like inside. I do not have batteries for it though, so I cannot show you. I cannot show you the batteries. Okay, or I cannot show you this thing working. I cannot show you this thing working. All right. Here's the interior. This is probably the cleanest one I've ever seen. Interior box instructions and accessories. See, there's the instructions, and here's the whole unit, but no yellowing or anything. That's the original plastic color. And I was just like, holy crap. You never see it like this. You never see it like this. And of course, it comes apart into 3 pieces. It's like a 3-stage thing. Yeah, Gunpowder says nice piece. Yeah, I thought so. I was thrilled. I was thrilled to find this. I was like, oh my God, that is in great shape. You've got to be kidding me. And if I can get the batteries for it, I'm going to try it out. I'm going to try it out. It's supposed to be in working condition. It's supposed to be in working condition. And here's the instructions. Look how clean that is. That's nice. That's really nice. This falls in the category of stuff I would have wanted when I was a kid. I didn't have this when I was a kid, but I would have loved to have it. Yeah, Graham Miles, is that right? Says, love the Starbird, the toy with the most annoying sounds for parents ever. Probably. Yeah, a lot of these electronic toys, they made a lot of high-pitched, whiny sounds that I'm sure were extremely aggravating. I remember the guns used to do that, but yeah, I mean, we're getting there. I don't know that I'll ever be able to find a command base, and if I did, it'd probably cost a damn fortune. But I can find the other vehicles, including the Big Track. I'd like to find the Big Track as well. And then here's the other piece. I don't know if Robert wants to know, was Big Track related or different company? It is Milton Bradley. Big Track is another Milton Bradley Electronics division toy. And so it's loosely associated with Starbird. It's loosely associated with the Starbird. And yes, Robert, it's 100% complete. And it was, I got a really, really good deal on it. without getting too much into that. Richard used to play with the Alpha probe with Starbird. Oh yeah, I could from Fisher Price Adventure People. Yeah, I could see that. And the intruder, the Starbird intruder, mint in the box. And again, you don't even, if you look up the intruder, you probably will not even find this for sale on eBay. You can find usually loose or incomplete or broken Starbirds, but you won't find the intruder and you won't find the Avenger. They're very, very difficult to come by. And the art, it's not much in the way of artwork. I mean, it's really, oh no, this is not a picture of the toy, is it? Is this a picture of the toy? Because the other one is not a picture of the toy. This one is clearly a drawing. This one looks like it could be a photograph on the Starbird intruder. So I need the Avenger. If I can find the Avenger in this condition, and the Avenger is pictured on the back of this box. See? That's the Avenger, which resembles the Starbird, but it's different. And then they advertise the command base again, which again, like I said, is just completely cardboard and usually is just a mess. Usually it's just a mess. I'll try to catch up, and I'll show you the inside here in a moment. Renard wants to know if Milton Bradley is still around. I think it's under, is it under the Hasbro umbrella now? I think. But yeah, the Avenger is what I need. Avenger and then the big track. Avenger, big track, and then the big track loader that you haul. No, it doesn't come with batteries. It doesn't come with batteries. Batteries not included. Okay. And Ming is asking, didn't Intruder have a sensor like laser tag, special target dueling Intruder? It what it is, and I'll try to show it when we look in here, because there's the Intruder, unplayed with, and it's in pieces in this box. It's not fully assembled like the Starbird. And underneath the midsection here, okay, and I'll pull the tray out because I have to demonstrate what I'm talking about. The tray is actually a piece of a base, and there's a slot cut in it, okay? There's a slot cut in it. And you're supposed to take this, which has never been used, and you're supposed to cut that out, and it becomes a radar dish that you set on top of this piece that looks like it's from Moonbase Alpha. And when you shoot it, it's a reflection. And so, you get a reaction from the Intruder. So that's how that works. That's how that works. And that's what this piece is. You fold this, again, never been used. You fold it, you insert it into this piece, and then you pop out that dish and you put it on the top of this, and then take pot shots at it, which I'm never going to do. I'm not messing with any of these parts or accessories. Forget it. And then here's the Intruder's instructions. assembly instructions for the parts and pieces, takes a 9-volt battery, and then instructions on what I just explained, that you can line it up and fire it at that reflector to get a reaction from the toy. And the reaction is basically that it'll make a crap ton more noise, because these things are stupid loud. But yeah, this was an incredible pickup. That's an incredible pickup. You just do not find this kind of stuff in this condition ever. And I'm going to find, I don't have any 9-volt batteries, I don't believe. I'm going to find some and see if they're working. And Robert, no, the Avenger is not the same ship. It's similar to the Starbird, but there are a couple of differences. It's a very similar design. They probably repurposed a couple of parts. See, there's the Avenger. It looks like it has different wing sections, or it's shorter. There's a little bit of a difference, but it's essentially pretty similar. It might be the same. It might be the same. You know, toy companies are famous for repurposing things that way. Richard said, a friend had the intruder, me with Starbird and Alpha Probe. We had battles in outer space. I bet. And Munin said Milton Bradley is owned by Hasbro. I thought so. And then there's Stone Sour, who made a donation for our feline fund. Thank you so much, Stone Sour, for helping us out. Always appreciated. I don't know if you heard about what happened, Stone Sour. And Robert says that's a really awesome pickup. I wonder if they connect to one another. It's possible. And Graham says beautiful condition is unreal. Yeah, you don't. That's what I mean. I couldn't resist. You just don't find them like this. Even the boxes, you don't find the boxes in this kind of condition, unbroken, without being all marked up like that and everything. I mean, someone had taped the corners. That's not a big deal. The tape is really ancient though, so I'm not sure if I even want to bother to peel it off. I can just leave it, you know. I'll just leave it on there. I'm not that worried about it. It does not affect the image on the front of the box. But again, now the problem is I'm going to have to find the Avenger and Big Track to go with these. I'm going to have to find Avenger and Big Track. I'm not hopeful of ever finding an intact command base. I've never seen an intact command base. Yeah, Richard said we were talking about Starbird a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, we kind of were. We were talking about Starbird a couple of weeks ago because it's one of those things that I would have wanted and never could obtain, at least not in decent shape. I saw Starbird at Jolanta. I think I saw a Starbird at Jolanta, and it just, it was just in ratty shape. And I was just like, nah, I can't, I can't do it. And I'm glad I waited. Because these are in outstanding condition. And I
might get another call because I'm waiting on a call back. So I'm just letting y'all know if I got to run out again.
Okay.
I'm waiting on a call back.
But we can go ahead and we can get started. My pickup? Yeah, show some of your stuff because people have been asking.
Okay.
And when she went in the mall, we can start with comics. She went in the mall and she did pick up a couple of comic books. She does love her
Crime
Does Not Pay.
Yes.
Pre-code.
Yes. And these were fairly cheap, but you can see the shape of it. It is not in a magnificent shape.
Yeah. She's gonna read it though, so
yeah. So I'm cool with that. So I actually ended up getting 4 comics today. So I got these two at the antique mall. They have a really big comic book vendor at this antique mall. He had a huge, it's not even a booth. He got a whole section of the antique mall
Yeah.
dedicated all to all right, Johnny.
Oh,
See you later. Um Dedicated to comics and toys.
yeah.
And then when we went to Second Chance,
Went to Dave's. Was
yeah,
nearby.
I told y'all that hey Frank and Frog, how
Hey,
are
Frank
you?
and Frog.
That I'm putting together my Dracula Lives. I'm actually getting some Marvel horror comics
Yes.
and I'm working on that. And I need 1 through 5 of Dracula Lives in 13. So this is number 13 and this is number 4.
And again, love the artwork on those.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to read these, especially Tales of the Zombies. Um I have some and they have a lot that's going to be closing tomorrow.
That's
Nobody's bid on
very
it.
popular
And I
series.
hope nobody bid on it and it's the whole run. So I'm hoping nobody bids on it and I'm able to get it. So I got those two today. And
And
then
show the pickup from the
oh,
outdoor show 1st.
mhm.
Yeah, because that a lot of people were asking about that.
I got this.
Yeah, she got that from the outdoor show
Yeah.
today. Marvel Dracula.
Yes, it is.
Marvel Dracula.
And then we got K talking of
K
good
Mars.
Okay, Mars. Talking of good packing, I got a mint in the box, but because custom cut it open
Oh,
to
no.
inspect.
I heard a story about Canadian Customs. About Canadian, that's a really nice box. By the way.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It's factory sealed, I
yeah,
believe, right?
yeah, it is. You can see the tape right there. Ooh, I hate to hear that for you.
It was sealed. Somebody had sealed video game cartridges. Oh, Stone Sour, thank you. No better time than now to help our furry family. It's very much appreciated.
Thank you. Thank
it's very
you.
much appreciated. He had bought it was 2 sealed Nintendo cartridges, right? To Nintendo NES that were graded and encapsulated, and Canadian Customs busted the encapsulation open and removed and opened up the boxes to inspect the contents. So they busted open and this was 2. This guy paid thousands for these, thousands of dollars. And Customs is not liable, by the way. It's Canada. What do you expect? But they smashed open the cases. They opened up the cellophane, opened the boxes, and then sealed it back up and sent it on. And it's like, son of a bitch, can you imagine? And then still charged him the full duty, by the way, because they pay something insane like 20% for of whatever 8,000-10,000 he spent on those.
Nope, don't compensate for damages.
And I saw a video of it. The guy was absolutely heartbroken.
I can imagine thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I can.
And you feeling like, oh man, I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna add it to my collection. And then you get it all, and you shake the box. And you're like, why am I hearing all these bits and pieces? I shouldn't be hearing broken glass, or what sounds like broken something.
What they do, I've heard of Canada's customs and duty people being absolutely ruthless like that.
But I think they do it out of hate and spite. And it's like, okay, you got that much hate and spite. Why have the job? If you jealous or you hating on somebody, but nobody asked you to take that job. You did that.
Yeah.
So why you gotta act that way? Do you guys collect anything loose, or is it all?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do get some loose stuff. David more than I do.
Yeah, we have plenty of loose stuff. I mean, mostly I love getting stuff in the box. There are some things you can't, and there's other things that you don't mind.
Yeah.
Like the Jumbo Mashinder Shogun Warriors. All of mine are loose and complete. And I think they display fantastic like that. What
are you going to see the new? Oh, I've heard about that. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen, I think, like a clip. I've heard they're doing that. I don't know. I got to see. It comes out when? September.
September.
Don't Bend, Fragile gets taken as a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, what better job to have if you want to get away with screwing people over?
Yeah,
You know.
because you're not even held liable. You can't even write the person up.
Oops,
Okay,
there it
that's
goes.
my callback.
Oh boy.
Hey,
And we
yeah,
have
what
a
we
we
got?
have a friend who lives in Canada that drives across the border. He has all of his stuff shipped. He buys graded CGC comics, and he's a big Golden Age collector. And so he actually has them shipped to an address in Wisconsin and drives across the border to pick them up because he's terrified of customs handling his books. Terrified of it. He's afraid they'll smash them to pieces. And Robert says it looks good. Don't care for Batman season 2. I didn't like the new Batman season 2 myself. I didn't like the first one. The new one that's supposed to look like the Batman animated series, I wasn't caring for it. And Stephanie says, why no Jumbo Mashinder Grendizer in your collection? I don't have all of them. I'm always on the lookout, and I don't want to buy one that's not complete because piecing them out is hard. But I eventually I'd like to have all of them from Mattel, and there's certain other ones that were done by Popey in Japan that were never available in the United States or never sold in the United States. And Munin wants to know if I'm talking about Alan. Maybe, maybe. I don't want to talk for Alan, but yeah, he lives in Canada, and he's had issues with Golden Age graded books with customs, I believe, and so yeah, he has arrangements to get his books. But yeah, I've got one Guy King. I've got 3 of the Mazinger, all 3 American versions. I get all 3 American versions of the Godzilla. And even if I had the same one again, if it was complete, I'd keep it. I I joked about that when Big Dub was here. When Big Dub visited us, and he was asking about the Jumbo Machinders, and I was like, hey, if I found at a yard sale a guy had 12 Godzillas, Shogun Godzillas, I guess I would just have 12 of them because I don't think I could part with one. I don't think I could do it. Oh boy. Robert says, do you like the Gentle Giant Kenner inspired figures? Yeah, the Gentle Giants, I have a couple of those. I have a couple of those. I have the GI Joe ones. I don't have Grunt though. They only ever did 4 GI Joes. They did Rock and Roll, Snake Eyes, Recondo, and Grunt. But Grunt was a convention exclusive. Grunt was a convention exclusive. So I have the 3. I have the Rock and Roll, Snake Eyes, and Recondo, but I don't have the Grunt. And the Grunt came in a Foot Locker rather than on a big blister card. And I have a couple of other ones my wife gave me. I like them. I like the idea of them being a 6th scale mock-up of a 3 3/4 inch figure. And it's like when you had it when you were a kid because you were little and the package was big and the figure was big, and that's kind of what they're going for. But there's too much. They had all those Secret Wars and all of those superpowers and all of the Star Wars. I mean, damn, they made like 50 of the Star Wars ones, right? And I'm like, no, that's just too much. There's too much. Where would you put them? They're huge. But I do have the GI Joe ones. I just don't have them on display anywhere right now. I don't have them on display anywhere right now. And Munin has to head out and will catch us later. Rest in peace, Hobo. Yeah, thank you. That was heartbreaking. That was absolutely heartbreaking when he passed away. Robert wants to know, are they good? Does the size make them better? You mean the Gentle Giant figures? Like I said, I like them. I like them, and it's interesting to see them in that scale, but they do take up a ton of space. You know, they also did, Gentle Giant made a limited supply of 1-to-1 scale figures of certain Star Wars. They did a 1-to-1 scale, I believe, of Darth Vader, of, I want to say Boba Fett, and R2D2. I don't know if they did anyone else, but yeah, 1-to-1 scale looks just like a Kenner action figure. Absolutely incredible. They're stupid expensive too. They're stupid expensive. They're stupid expensive. And there's Raccoon joining us. Glad you could make it today, Raccoon. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. See, activity porch camera. See, I get the alerts constantly, so I'm always watching my feline friends. That's Dad walking by there on the bottom in front of the garage. Poor old Dad, he's at least 20 years old. And that's somebody else up at the bowls on the porch. Constant alerts on my feline friends to make sure that they're okay. God forbid anybody messes with them. Watch out. Watch out. So yeah, she has some more pickups. She didn't. She just had to take off because of her work is bothering her. But she is in management, so you know she's kind of on call. Although usually she does not work on the weekends. She never really works on the weekends. I'll show her her Batman again. This is the Bat Jet that she picked up from the outdoor show today that I did the live stream from, and it is sealed. There was a few other pieces that this guy had. I think he had 5 pieces in total, but somebody else scooped up the other 4 before she had a chance. Before she had a chance to work on it, but she got a good deal on that, fortunately. Richard wants to know if I remember a show called Grimm. I'm not sure. What was the show about? I'm not sure if I remember a show called Grimm. Gunpowder says it sucks to see the prices on our old toys. You mean how much they are, or do you mean old price tags? I like old price tags. As long as it's not like a massive price tag that's taking up the whole thing. Because if it's like some places put a big, huge, like red clearance tag on it, it looks absolutely god awful. And I hate that. If there's a price sticker, a normal, regular price sticker on it, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Robert West says, so does Dad is the next up old mentor wise. Oh, okay. Dad is the oldest cat in the group, and he's actually pretty much the first one. The reason that he's old Dad, if you don't know the story, gunpowder means that stuff is so high. Yeah, it's gotten to be crazy expensive. The reason that he's old Dad is because he was a wretch when he first showed up. This a few years ago. He comes up on the porch and he's just a mud pack. He's filthy. He's puny and skinny and looks awful. And he's eating and he's hiding under the porch. And I'm like, yeah, okay, buddy, you can hang out. I don't mind. And then he disappears for a couple of days. He disappears for a couple of days and then comes back to the house with a female and 2 little kittens in tow that are both long-haired tuxedo cats that look just like him. And I'm like, holy crap. he was scoping us out to see if we're safe and went and found his family and brought him back. That's why he's old dad. And the family's been adopted. The family's been adopted away. The two little kittens, they got really comfortable and everything. But he stayed because of his advanced age. Because he was, when they told me at the time, he was like probably 17 years old at least. Because he was obviously very sick. And it turned out he was dying from a tumor caused by, of all things, an ingrown testicle. He had one testicle that was inverted. It was on the inside instead of outside. And it had turned into a tumor and was getting bigger and bigger, and it was killing him. And that's why, because you would see him, he'd stand there for long periods of time, arched with his back way up and just stand there and things like that. That's usually indications of great pain in a cat. I'm like, why is this poor guy in so much pain? And then I found out. And I actually had to do a GoFundMe for his surgery to help out with the surgery costs, because it was very expensive, actually. And they didn't even want to do it because they wanted me to put him down. The same thing with Hobo. They wanted me to put Hobo down too when I first found him. They're like, no, he's not going to live. And he had the surgery and he did live. And he's still with us today. He's still with us today. Happy little guy. Richard says, oh, the TV show, NBC, Portland police detectives who turned out to be a Grimm related to the Brothers Grimm. They were hunters of humans. They were called Besson. That doesn't sound familiar. I don't think I've seen that. Gunpowder, yeah, even the toys coming out now is high. I honestly think in most cases, and I've done a few videos on this, that many of the modern toys that are coming out now are more expensive in many cases than their vintage counterparts. I've talked about that a few times, and I've actually done 3 videos on this channel of vintage toy lines from the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. I did 3 decades that are still affordable and better options than many of the modern toys. Because a lot of times people, they look at very the big sexy lines, as they call them, Ninja Turtles, Masters of the Universe, a raw era G.I. Joe, stuff like that, Transformers, G1 Transformers, and they're like, oh my God, there's no way I can afford to buy any vintage toy line. And it's not true. There are toy lines out there. Some of them are quite expensive, it's true. But there are toy lines that are surprisingly affordable. You'd be like, wow, I don't believe it. I can't believe how cheap that is. That's how LPH ended up with the Kenner Shadow line. Though they practically give those away. And it's an interesting line. The Kenner Swamp Thing is still very affordable. The Swamp Thing figures, and she has a set of those. And of course, like I said, there are others that are quite expensive, like Inhumanoids will cost you an arm and a leg. Yeah, Raccoon, I know. Poor old dad. That's why I call him poor old dad. How are you, buddy? And he's a sweetheart too. Loves being picked up now and very affectionate, loves being brushed out, loves hanging around, insists on greeting you when you come out. But yeah, they didn't want to help him. They were like, no, you're better off just putting him down. He's in a lot of pain. And I'm like, nah. And I did a GoFundMe to get help with his surgery because it was very expensive. It was like $2,000 for the surgery. I can imagine how much that would cost now. As the vet prices going up all the time. It's expensive I hate going to the vet because one, they act like they don't want to help you. Oh, I'm real sorry, but yeah, we just want to put a needle in him. Crap. It's yeah, Robert says he sounds as bad as Hobo was. Yeah, he was in rough shape. Both of them were in very, very rough shape. A lot of them have stories like that. Like, some of you know Monkey's story and how we ended up with Monkey. Because he was a kitten and he was found in the engine of a car. This woman knew we had cats and brought him to me in a box. She had him in a box with a chicken bone. He's not eating. I found him in my car. She actually, AutoZone found him in the car because she went to AutoZone because she heard noises in her engine. And when they opened it up, they found the kitten in there. And I'm like, yeah, he's not going to eat a chicken bone because he's too young. He's too young to eat at all. He was like this. You could hold him in the palm of your hand. He needed to be bottle fed. He needed kitten milk. And his paws were raw. They were burned. It had second-degree burns on all of his paws from hanging on to whatever he was holding on for dear life. And so I've rescued him more so from her than from the car. But yeah, she just left him with me and never heard from her again. But he healed over. You'd never know there was a mark on him. And he ignores me mostly. He stays in the house. He ignores me mostly, but he follows Daniel everywhere. So he's Daniel's cat, basically. He's become Daniel's cat. Gunpowder says Transformers are on another level money-wise. That's true. And they've been around forever. I mean, I've joked about it, but Transformers, they've been making them nonstop since 1974. And G1 is not even the original Transformers, obviously, because they started making them in 1974. Takara. And my wife has a couple of those. She's got the original Megatron, which is a die-cast Transformer. They were die-cast, and they could shoot for real. You turn him into a gun, and he shoots real pellets. It's crazy. And they took all those features away. Hasbro did away with all of that. Too expensive. We'll make them plastic, no shooting features, no little men. Some of them came with little tiny 1-inch action figures with magnetic feet so they could stand on the vehicles. It's crazy stuff. Robert can't believe I got rid of the 6-scale Star Trek and stuff. The colors were bleeding out of them. The clothing, the colors were bleeding onto the skin of the figures. I've just gotten so frustrated with modern figures and quality control issues like that. Or the Doctor Who, his clothes, his shirt was turning blue from his jacket. And this is a very controlled environment. There's no light. We shut these lights off. It's pitch black in these rooms. It's a constant temperature. We use dehumidifiers. This is like museum quality area. And the modern figures have fallen apart. I had that Hot Toys Terminator. His fake leather is all shredding off. It's horrible. Horrible. Gunpowder says he has a husky, good dog, part of the family. Don't usually get pets because I buried everyone I had, but my kids talked me into this one. I understand, because sometimes I sit there and I'm like, crap, I don't know if I want to I don't know. Yeah, it makes me wonder if I want to bother to get another one, but then I can't help helping them. And there's Nostalgic Pod Blast. That's Chance, and he has a channel on here also, which is the Nostalgic Pod Blast. What YouTube rules is that is that they're increasing how many views you need or something, right? Is that it? I forget. I forget. Early 2027. I think, yeah, February 1st. And many channel content creators are freaking out about that, he says. I don't know a lot about it, but I had heard that they were increasing the number of views that you need in order to qualify, which I don't understand the point of that. And again, it's YouTube constantly making changes that they say are supposed to help the smaller content creators, but it works against them. It actually ends up working against them in the long run. Like the hype button, for example. And I've talked about that example a few times because you see, like now you have a hype option, and that's usually just on the phone. You can hype a video, but the thing with that is that in order to chart from hypes, you need about 100,000 hype points. So if you're a small channel, how many are you really going to get? You might have 2 or 3 people do it for you. You might have 2 or 3 thousand hype points. You're not going to hit 100,000. And this first last. 8,000 watch hours, double the current standard, and 20 million views. 20 million views for what? 20 million views for shorts? Because shorts is a different standard than the regular videos. And that's for the year, correct? I know a lot of people have been hemmed up by shorts because they have a minimum requirement for shorts views that's very high. And a lot of people might hit that quite by accident with a viral short that gets like 2 or 3 million views on it. But then if you can't maintain that, they'll turn your monetization back off. And Gunpowder says, loving the channel, very adult approach to the hobby. Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to sit here and act all weird and kiddish. I know a lot of people do that. I think that they do that to sensationalize. I rarely have met anybody in person that acts that childish, but whatever. I appreciate it. Oh, and Richard's gonna go. Well, glad you could join us for a little while. And Kay says, dehumidifier is a good investment to protect the collection. Yeah, keep that moisture down. Yeah, I don't think LPH has to go to work. She should be able to handle it on the phone. But yeah, like I said, she's in management, so she's on call if something's wrong. So that's probably what she's handling right now, whatever is going on. And AdLad, haven't been able to catch a live for a while, dropping in to say hi. I don't understand all the YouTube changes. Can only hope it will get rid of many of those AI slop channels. Oh, you mean channels that they show all AI generated stuff? AdLad. I use the Chat GPT for some of the thumbnails. I've used it for a handful of thumbnails, but I don't use it in any of the content. And really all I'm doing with the thumbnails actually is I provide a bunch of images and I ask it to arrange it for me so I don't have to spend 2 hours doing it in Photoshop. Just saves me some time. But I don't use it for actual content. Those AI videos, like the ones where they have Chuck Norris beating up people that he never met, get a lot of views. They get a lot of views, though. You would think that, again, YouTube wouldn't care as long as they're getting their share of the ad money, which according to them is 45%. 45% of the ad revenue from when you do have ads on your program. And it's not that much anyways. So your alleged 55% comes out to like, what, 12 cents on a video or something ridiculous. It's really not much. Figure it couldn't hurt if you're eligible. And AdLad says not totally against AI or Chat GPT. Some channels just have random and sometimes wrong info. I see what you're saying. Funny enough, you know what I hate, actually, AdLad, is when they use AI for voice to narrate an entire video because it can't pronounce a lot of things. It can't pronounce a lot of things. And I saw one actually the other day talking about Peter Dinklage, the actor, and the AI could not say his name, and it was calling him Peter Dick in Legs. It was supposed to be talking about why people in Hollywood don't like Peter Dinklage. And it's like, Peter Dick in Legs. And I'm like, what? It just cracked me up. Like, these stupid things. I just I just don't know. I don't know what to say. But I thought that was really funny. And you can always tell because it's going to mispronounce something that doesn't sound right at all. But that was just particularly entertaining, hearing it fumble over that. Hearing it fumble over that. But yeah, like I said, I'll use it for the occasional thumbnail, something like that. And people will still give you a hard time. Believe it. I have one of the Halloween collages. You know, I put up the holiday specials that I work on because I put a lot of effort into those holiday specials that where I put original or put vintage holiday commercials back in. So you've seen them. Many of you guys have seen me do this. I've got another one coming up soon, actually. I'm going to put up a 5-hour vintage Halloween commercial block. 70s, 80s, and 90s Halloween commercials. Okay. But on one of my older ones, somebody had commented AI thumbnail, shame on you. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Making a judgment call on the video without watching it, shame on you. Criticizing the content and you don't have any yourself, shame on you. I mean, seriously. But yeah, especially when I have the specials, the vintage television specials, and I identify all of those ad blocks and put the old commercials back in. That's a lot of work. That is a lot of work, hours and hours and hours of editing to assemble that, to put it up. So yeah, I just give myself a bit of a break by providing images to the chat GPT and saying, hey, can you arrange this like this for me? Rather than spend another 2 or 3 hours in Photoshop trying to throw it together just to save a little time. But, you know, whatever. People are going to do that. People are going to do that. There's always people who are going to find something to be critical of, even if they don't understand it. And I'm willing to bet that that person did not even watch that video, and they might have really been entertained by it. They might have been really entertained by that, you know, because again, they're really fun and nostalgic. They're really fun and nostalgic, those the Christmas and Halloween. I got Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Easter, St. Patrick's Day, which was really hard because try to find a St. Patrick's Day special from the 70s or 80s or any St. Patrick's Day commercials. There's very few. There's very few of those to work with. I got Valentine's Day commercial blocks. I've got a Valentine's Day special block I'm going to work on because I did find a couple of Valentine's Day specials, and I'll maybe have it prepared for next year. That might be fun, you know. But the big holidays are coming up: Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Halloween. Halloween, a lot of my Halloween stuff, a lot of people have been checking out recently, and that's why I'm going to do another Halloween commercial block for everybody. Hope you enjoy it. Hopefully I didn't repeat anything, because that can happen, especially when you've got hours of commercials. I could see myself putting the same one in there twice by mistake. You know what I mean? So hopefully I didn't do too much of that. Frankenfrog said nothing wrong with an AI thumbnail. They changed DVDs all the time doesn't mean they change the movie exactly, or the artwork he means on the DVD. I know what you mean. Yeah. But yeah, again, it's got nothing to do with the content. Is the content original? Was there a lot of effort put into the content? Did you enjoy it? That's what's important. That's what's actually important. But some people don't give you a chance. They don't give you a chance. Or on one of the, I think it's a Halloween special. It was either Halloween or a Christmas special. I got a snarky comment from somebody that says, these are hardly rare or forgotten. Because on a couple of mine, I say forgotten Christmas specials or forgotten Halloween specials. And it's like, yeah, it may not be forgotten for you. Maybe you're really familiar with it, but most of the people who watched those videos, it was like a wake up call. They were like, oh my God, I haven't seen this since I was a kid, which is what I'm going for. That's the pure nostalgia of it. And that was so fun. You put original holiday commercials back in there. So it was like I was watching it back in the 80s. That's what I'm going for. That's why I put so much effort into those. But yeah, you may remember every one of them, but most people don't. Most people don't. And that's what most of the comments are alluding to. They're like, wow, I haven't seen this since late 70s, or I haven't seen this since the 80s. And that's incredible. It's just like, and it feels like you're watching an old VHS tape. And it has the old commercials on it and whatever. And like I said, that's the effect I'm looking for. To share that with people and give people that nostalgic vibe. It's what we do here. That's what the channel is all about. Robert's still looking for the steel box edition of the Voltron. Yeah, I found the whole series, all 5 box sets, at a retro toy swap last year. Like, what was it, $2 a piece or something? That was a great find. But we've had a lot of luck at Retro Toy Swap. And the next one is going to be in October. So there's 2 more coming up this year because they do it 6 times a year. So first Saturday in October and then first Saturday in December. The only thing that sucks about that is because the very next day is the Conyers Toy and Comic Show, which we're invited to. So I'll be doing those 2 shows back to back. And like I was saying in the live stream this morning, the next big show that we're going to is going to be the Joe Lanta. And we'll probably be there all 3 days. We'll probably be there all 3 days because we'll have press passes. Ooby Doob says, we're used to seeing the same commercial 6 times in a half-hour episode. Anybody that doesn't suck wouldn't be upset if you had a couple of repeats in a 5-hour block. Yeah, and that's from a time, and you kind of hit the nerve there, Ooby Doob. That comes from a time where they did not repeat commercials. See, nowadays they'll show you you watch a show for an hour and see the same commercial 6 freaking times. That didn't used to be the case when we were kids. Look at the guy from Time to Make the Donuts, Frank, right? Frank from Time to Make the Donuts. Remember Dunkin' Donuts old commercial? And he did those commercials for 15 years. Okay, he was the mascot. I think it was Frank. So you can correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember everything. I think he did it for 15 years, from like 1980 to 1995. Is that right? I'm sure somebody's looking it up. In that short time, 15 years, I know, short time, right? He starred in 1,300, excuse me, 1,300 different Dunkin' Donut commercials because they didn't want to repeat themselves. Back in the old days, if you were watching a commercial, if you were watching a TV show and it was Thanksgiving, and they were advertising Pillsbury Doughboy, and you saw three or four Pillsbury Doughboy commercials, they would all be different. It wouldn't be the same commercial over and over. It would not be the same one over and over. And JR Brand, or Junior Brand, says, since I found the channel, I've enjoyed the content. Subscribed, of course. Well, I'm glad you do. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you're enjoying it, JB. Or JR, not JR Ewing, JR Brand. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And LPH would be here with me, but she's sorting something out with work on the phone. So hopefully she can get back here soon. Oh, it was Fred. Okay, Lord looked it up and said, Fred the Donut Man. Yeah, from Dunkin' Donuts, time to make the donuts. And I think, again, I believe it was 15 years, more than 1,300 different commercials in that time. And nowadays, in a 15-year span, how many commercials would they do? 10, 12, and repeat them over and over and over again? You'd watch it 100 times. I've seen times where they would put the same commercial back to back. It would play 3 times in a freaking row before something else came on. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Bad enough that they're all insurance and medication commercials. God, I can't stand that. Bad enough that they're all medication and insurance. Give me a break. But that just shows the dedication. That just shows the dedication to not boring the hell out of your audience.
All right, I'm back.
Hi.
I think I'm done, but boy, I missed my auction, so I'm mad about that.
Oh, no, I'm so sorry.
I didn't miss anything because I was watching you upstairs.
Well, I know, but you missed your auction because of your...
Yeah, I missed that darn auction, having to talk to these people, getting on my nerve. But, I know, right? I'm all loud about it, too. But that's okay, because I'm watching another auction that's about to close, and the same guy got that auction, so I'm going to contact him and ask him, hey, you didn't sell on that auction.
Oh, it didn't sell?
No, it didn't sell.
Oh, I'm sure he worked something out with you.
He better, because I'm sure going to text him right now and send him a message.
Okay. And then we can show your pickups.
Yeah, we can finish showing my pickups.
Poor LPA.
I know, right? Did you fire everyone?
She should.
I need to. Shoot, calling me for some weirdness. Nobody got time for that. Shoot. Call me, ask me all kind of questions. So, but you know, that's how it go.
Yeah.
If you want to have a job, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So
I guess so. That's awful. Poor LPH. But we'll get a chance to look at LPH's pickups here in a moment.
Yeah, let me text this guy about this auction I missed.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Maybe he'll see. Yeah,
I do not blame you. It beats relisting it again.
He already got it relisted.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, you can work something out. Because you know what the luck would be. This would be my luck. Is I'll be like, okay, I'll just bid on it next time around, and then 5 other people want it. That's what sucks about it. Yep, Raccoon says LPH is in the house. Yeah, she was here. She started with me. She started out with me, but things happened. Things happened. And again, we'll be going, what? I got other projects that are coming up here. Kmart gets a lot of betting ads. I see those too. I see those too. Yeah, betting.
I hate those.
It's like the phone thing where you can gamble on the phone and crap. Is that the kind you're talking about, or something else? Because we see those a lot too.
You're talking about those sports one, right?
The sports betting apps. I hate those. I don't gamble, so it serves me no purpose whatsoever. It serves me no purpose whatsoever. I don't care about the gambling. I don't like that.
Yeah.
but what are you going to do?
Nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do. A lot of people are into it, and then they don't pay out. I see lawsuits all over the place for people who got cheated. But
now phone rings for David.
No.
David keep his phone on do not disturb, and he never takes it off.
The only time it rings is if she calls me.
Yeah, because it's on do not disturb permanently.
Anything else, I'll look at it after. But let's see what you got. Let's see what you got from Second Chance today.
Okay. Hold on, let me put my glasses on.
All right.
So the box is rough, but I got the strawberry. Oh,
I'll close that.
I got the strawberry shortcake carrying case, which I do not have.
So you can carry your dollies around.
Yeah, which I won't.
I'm not on here. Oh, I am on here. Here I am. That's me. But where are you? Where are you? Why aren't you there?
No, they ain't got me in there this time.
Why am I hanging around with these three chicks?
Yeah, because you're trying to be the Mac Daddy Mac.
And a turtle.
I notice you don't cuss either. Is that for YouTube or are you that dude? David uses foul language.
Occasionally. I rarely do. Neither of us are really big on foul language.
No, I don't curse at all.
That's just how we are. If I get real upset, I might say something I shouldn't. But otherwise we really don't.
Hey, Dr. Cohen.
Dr. Cohen joining us.
No, I don't use foul language. I mean, when you go in there, then some people use it casually, just in conversation. Yeah, but I don't think that's nice.
Snail cart.
Sometimes you wanna, and it used to be this girl I know that would curse for you. You won't say it, I'll say it for you.
Oh, here we go. See?
I get nothing but whatnot ad. I never seen a whatnot ad, all because I look for videos about Marvel Masterpiece cards.
Don't you hate that when the algorithm thinks it's got you figured out, and it's like, oh, I'll send ads for this, and it's like, what the hell am I looking at this crap for?
I buy stuff for work a lot. I only look at it at work, not at home. Why on YouTube? I get those ads from the companies I buy or websites that I've looked at to buy stuff, or just stuff that I've like I buy signs for work. So I get all of these sign ads.
Yeah, constantly.
And I'm like, I never even went to your website to look at signs.
And doesn't use home computers or home phone to do it.
No, I use work everything to do that stuff.
But they know.
But it's on my YouTube page. So every time I open up a YouTube video, I got signs.com. Sports betting like nonstop. Same one.
Yeah, I bet.
I still have my Exo 6 Star Trek. The same color. Okay.
Color fading.
Oh, yeah.
Waiting on Trek 2 figures to come out and TOS Kirk coming out. Okay.
Okay. And then I got this, the Giant Spartan from Wildcats. So if you've been watching for a while, I know I'm trying to hold it straight. I have the whole Wildcats. I did not realize that they had the giant size.
And there's only 3 in the set.
There's only 3.
They're pictured on the back.
And we got that from Second Chance. And when I told them I wanted that, they was like, "Oh, thank God, we'll gladly give you a deal on
these. You want.
Just take it."
Because these don't sell for a lot. The Wildcat stuff doesn't sell for a fortune.
Frank and Frog get asked for women's shave deodorant.
Really?
Still waiting a year to go. I also ordered the Linda Carter
for his.
At this point, I missed the Save the King with the Tetris knockoff game ads.
Oh, Save the King. Oh, yeah. I know the one you're talking about. I can't think of the name of the game, but yeah, we see ads for a lot of those phone games too.
So, like he said, I've got all 3 of them. They had all 3, and they were so happy when I said I wanted I wanted these. They were like, we would gladly give you a deal. They already had it priced super low because I looked at what they go for on eBay,
Yeah,
and it had it way below eBay
they're like
prices.
half eBay price
Yeah.
already.
They gave me a deal because they were just glad to get it out of the store
Yeah,
because it is big and it takes up a lot of space.
yeah.
So I was glad to have them. And I'm sitting there like, why are you even doing this? You don't have enough room. But this is
I'll
the
help you
last thing.
figure it out.
I know
And of
you
course,
will.
these are by Playmates. This
Yeah.
is the only one that makes sense because
He
his
is
power
big.
is he gets bigger,
Yeah.
but the bigger he gets, like the dumber he gets. So he
Yeah.
gets kind of wild.
I love the Wildcats line, had most of the set. I actually got the 10-inch maul instead of the regular one due to his
Yeah,
power.
see, like I
Yeah.
said, that makes sense for this figure as part of that
Oh,
set.
Pirates of Darkwater. Sell me your collection. No, I won't.
She's not
We
gonna sell
actually
it.
saw some Pirates of the Darkwater at
Second
Second Chance.
today, yeah.
They
I'm
had
surprised.
about 3 of them, I think. But that's all I got right there. So I was happy to have those, and I like the Wildcats cartoon.
Yeah.
I read the comics, which of course was way better, and I read the Grifter. Grifter had its own comics, and I read that, and I didn't get finished with it because I didn't have the complete run, but from what I read, it was good. Agree on Terminator. The jacket faded. Had to get a new one. I think
Oh
the
yeah, because I had
T2
mentioned
figures
something
have
about that
real
earlier.
leather.
Yeah, I know who was it, Inart or Queen or somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I figure it's one of them now is doing real leather.
Mm-hmm.
Is doing real leather because of the constant complaints about the pleather, which still makes no sense to me
Mm-hmm.
because going all the way back to 1965, and you got the GI Joe 1/6 scale tank commander's leather jacket, which you can find intact.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same, or supposed to be the same material. And I'm like, why can't they do that now? Why can't they do that now?
Maul is placed along with my kaiju and Megazord.
Oh, okay.
It does
Because it's
fit
big
in
enough.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
says Ian.
What is you guys' favorite toy line?
Gunpowder
Moto
wants
GA?
to know. God, favorite toy line? That's hard to pin because
Yeah.
we Grifter is a DC property
Yeah,
now,
he
Robert.
is.
They bought it out.
Yeah.
But it's hard to pin it down because we have so many different things. Favorites is hard to say.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite area has always been the advertising stuff, like the product people vinyls and the Remco McDonald's 12
Mm-hmm.
scale figures from 1975 and stuff like that. I really like.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the Shogun Warriors from Mattel. A GI Joe. It's hard for me because I like the 60s and 70s ones as well as the Arai era. But yeah, it's hard to pick an absolute favorite.
Yeah.
I think for either of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, I like my Exo Squad. I mean, I like so many. So yeah, like David said, I love the Batman animated series. The Exo Squad line, I really enjoy
That's a
that
really nice
one.
line.
Yeah. So it's just so many that I like. I'm glad that someone appreciates. I do. I like that
Is it
cartoon.
Lanitor? Lanitor or Ianator? Ian? Is it IANE like Ian?
No,
I'm
no.
not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I don't want to
Butcher it.
Yeah.
I but I really like that cartoon. It was rushed, but you
And that
get
stuff
a
is really affordable.
yeah, the toys are very affordable and it's a 90s toy. So it hasn't peaked yet. The comics again is way better. You get more detail
Than the
and what's
show.
going on
Yeah.
because the show did feel rushed. I don't have a favorite toy line, but I do have a favorite scale,
Okay.
1/18. Anything that I can have that I can have a believable reason to be on the shelf with them is welcome.
Well, that scale did allow for a lot of options. It's no, it's not. Robert is talking about the Kenner Indiana Jones. It's not leather.
Oh, okay.
It's not a leather jacket. It's fake. But it also still intact.
Mm-hmm.
It's still intact from like 1980. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse for why the modern ones just shred just sitting there or in the box, even unpacked, and they're shredding. It makes no freaking sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 18th scale, 1/18th scale, 3 3/4 inch, which actually was started by not Kenner Star Wars, but by the Fisher Price Adventure people, because the Kenner Star Wars were modeled after the Fisher Price Adventure people. And that scale allows for you to do a lot.
Land, as in Terminator.
Okay.
Okay.
But it allows for you to do a lot. This is why G.I. Joe in the raw era had such amazing play sets, because you could make a big play set for a small figure, but if you have a larger figure, it gets more complicated to make a big play set. It can be done, like the Kenner Steve Scout has the tower, for example, and that's 6 scale. Things like that, but it's just easier and you can get more play value out of that. And a raw era 80s G.I. Joe had some of the best play sets ever seen. Like I said, the Terrordrome, the G.I. Joe headquarters, mobile command center, stuff like that, the tactical battle platform, fantastic stuff. And the USS Flag.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could afford that as a kid, if somebody could do that for you, 7 feet long, and you could land the actual aircraft on them and stuff. It's like, wow, that's amazing. Yeah. But you couldn't do that in 6 scale.
No.
Even then.
I'm with Nitro there. I'm mainly getting the things I never had as a kid, and that's kind of easy for me because I didn't have anything as a kid. And I know
anything I had to buy myself. No one was going to do it for me.
I mean, my parents just didn't buy us toys. They didn't. So a lot of the only way I saw toys was on commercials. I had never been to Toys R Us or a toy store. And when we went to Walmart and Kmart, we didn't go down the toy aisle. So now, as an adult, I'm seeing these things that I knew as a kid, like the cartoon. And then I'm watching cartoons that I would have watched as a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm going back and I'm buying stuff. So, that's how I do it.
This is what he was talking about. That's the original Kenner Indiana Jones. And you see he's wearing a fake leather jacket, leather, but it's fully intact. If this was a hot toy, 2 years after I bought it, it'd be shredding in the box. It'd look like absolute crap. So what's the excuse? What happened that they can't do it anymore? And you notice also no bleeding on the costume. So why do the modern costumes all bleed into each other? Because they were rushed.
Good question.
Yeah, they were rushed. They didn't do a good job with them. My deluxe Star Wars figures as well. I've got them loose, and their clothing it's not bleeding onto each other or melting in.
No, that's not a Storm's Shadow chair. This is a chair that we had bought from Goodwill, and I covered them. I had bought some.
She reupholstered them.
Yeah. I bought some fabric. David was really into G.I. Joe. So I bought some G.I. Joe fabric and I covered the chair. And then I bought 2 sets of G.I. Joe. I bought this one so I can get this picture and then this one for the seat. And then I covered the chair. And I did the same thing with this chair with Ninja Turtles.
You can't see it because you get
the thing in the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it says Ninja Turtle. And this one was actually a bed sheet. And I just took the bed sheet It was a bed sheet and a pillowcase. So this part right here, the top part is a pillowcase, and the seat part is the bed sheet. And then I just used it and made a chair cover.
Yeah.
So it can fit the room, but I have to redo it now. So I'll redo them at some point. The jacket is still intact. That's a great indie.
Yeah.
Storm Shadow is my jam.
And
oh,
it's the
yeah,
same.
Straight
It's
Assassin.
the same body, of course. It is the exact same body and head mold from the Kenner Deluxe Han Solo from 1978, and that is the same body with an adjusted head mold from the Kenner Hardy Boys.
Okay.
12-inch line. Which I had the Hardy Boys, and the Hardy Boys, they just repurposed them and made them into Luke and Han Solo.
Okay.
Because, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Got to save those pennies. So that's what these toy companies do. It's like Mattel with the Sunshine family. Man, they repurposed those bodies so many times on so many different action figure lines. It's crazy. If you were to line them all up, it's like, oh my God. The Sunshine family became Mork and Mindy. They became Welcome Back, Kotter.
Yeah.
They became this Space 1999 figures from Mattel. But yeah, they redid those. And there's another line too. I can't remember the name of it. But anytime they could repurpose stuff, Kenner does it, did it, Hasbro did it. But not just repackaging the same figure with repainting, but making a whole new figure line. Like a lot of people, I'm sure, are familiar with the Robin Hood figures from 1990 or 1992 or something.
Oh yeah, not the Men in Tights.
Not the Men in Tights, but the Robin Hood the movie figures.
You have those figures.
I do, and all of them are repurposed Return of the Jedi figures.
Oh, okay.
They just repainted them and gave them new head molds. So it's like they end all of the play sets too. Repurposed Return of the Jedi Ewok stuff. It's crazy.
I don't know which indie I like more, the Gentle Giant Jumbo or the 12-inch.
Well, I like the original. I haven't seen the Gentle Giant Indiana Jones.
David had a bunch of Gentle Giants, but I don't know what happened to them.
They're upstairs because, yeah, I had nowhere to display them currently.
Retro Matt Mason.
Redo Major Matt Mason. Well, Hey,
Patty, how are you?
Mattel acted like they were going to bring it back, and people got all excited. They said they were going to bring back Major Matt Mason, Pulsar Man, and something else. I'm trying to remember. But then what they did was they made 5-inch carded action figures. And this was a couple of years ago. And it's like, that's not what people wanted. That is not what people wanted. But yeah, Major Matt Mason was a fantastic line. That was a fun series. I used to have all of those. And of course, they're bendies. They're bendy action figures. Except for Captain Laser, which for some reason he had some friend of his that's like 12 inches tall. And that Captain Laser was repurposed into the deluxe Battlestar Galactica figures. They reused the bodies for the deluxe because they only made 2 in that size. So one of the things that I put up actually are Real Monsters.
I call Dr. Frankenstein, but a lot of the Our Real Monster toys was originally from the canceled toy line, Dr. Frankenstein's Pets. They were retooled to look more like cartoon style.
She has that entire series.
You have any Gentle Giant Jump? No, I don't have any of those. I didn't care for them.
They do have deluxe Masters of the Universe that look like they're from Gentle Giant, but they're not. They're from Mattel.
Yeah.
And she does
have
those. She has the entire wave. She does have the entire wave.
So I have that, but no gentle giants itself.
But one of the things, complete set of mat balls on the
Ooh.
card gunpowder, way too much.
That's expensive.
That would be insanely expensive,
Yeah.
especially if you get into things like they had bats and footballs, wiffle
Mm.
bats and things like that are insanely expensive. But one of the things that I had put this up on the Facebook last week, asking about something that would bring you back from a smell, an odor. What odor would remind you of childhood, just off the top of your head? Got some interesting responses on that.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's solid state technology. Because I've noticed this, you're in a thrift store or something like that, and they've got an old piece of electronic equipment, for example, right? And like I've got the VCR back here, and my VCR is brand new condition, and it's from the 80s. It's from like 1988. It's brand new. And so you pick it up, and I can smell it. I can smell the electronics, the solid state electronics. Anyone ever been to a Radio Shack?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, holy crap, there's that smell. Because they don't use solid state anymore. They don't use transistors anymore. So you don't have that odor anymore in anything electronic.
No,
that
you don't.
New electronic smell from something from something solid state technology that has never been used. You can't get that smell anymore because nobody's building anything like that. And so when I come across something that's brand new condition electronic, and I'm like, holy crap, there's that smell. And so that's what does it for me. Gunpowder, I remember scratching stiff Snickers.
Yeah.
Stickers.
I like the smell of newspaper.
Yeah, they don't hardly make
vintage comic
anymore.
books smell like that too.
They do.
You get that paper smell.
Yeah. It's really actually it's the ink.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the type of ink they used.
You can smell it when you get even the old TV guide. If you opened up an old book or magazine or newspaper that was made out of that type of paper, you always smelled it.
Yes.
And
that's true.
We always my aunt used to get the newspaper every day, and every week she bought the TV guide. And you would open it up and you can smell that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And newspapers are dying. There's some places that still do Sunday editions. When we went, where were we? When we were out of town, we went out of town for that Gadsden. For the Gadsden. And in that local town, they still do a daily paper. Remember? It was at the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, nobody does that anymore. Nobody does a regular paper anymore because the hotel had to stack up the guests.
Junior Brand said my vintage Stinkor smell. Best Christmas. Mine was the year Hydro Viper came out, 86, 87.
Hydro Viper. Because that smell was the same smell that they used to use from the gas company. The gas company used to give away cards.
Oh, yeah.
And you would find them everywhere. They were at the supermarket. They were at the bank. They were everywhere. And it had a picture of like what looked like a drop of water, and it had a little smiley face on it. But it was actually supposed to be gas, the natural gas from your natural gas provider. Oh, then you
scratch it, the smell.
And scratch and sniff.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is what it smells like if your gas is leaking.
Rotten eggs?
Yeah, because they add that odor.
I know.
Because gas itself
doesn't smell like anything.
Doesn't have an odor.
Yeah.
So they add it. And it's like, if your gas is leaking, this is what it smells like. And they gave away those cards everywhere in the 70s and the 1970s. And it's like, so that smell, that's the same smell they used for Stinkor. Actually, that's the same smell they used for Stinkor. Because I guess that was just a standard.
I guess.
But yeah, that odor, I guess, would bring me back too if I came across it. You know what I mean? Because they just don't do that kind of stuff anymore. They don't do that kind of stuff anymore. Newspaper, I can totally understand newspaper. bringing you back, or the smell of the old comic books. You know, you open up that old comic, you have that old comic smell because of the ink and the paper. That can be very nostalgic. And it's just curious to see, excuse me, what did it for other people. That's why I put it up on, like I said, the Facebook group.
That quick.
The quick. It didn't quite smell the same.
Oh yeah, crayons did have a smell. Play-Doh.
Right. Play-Doh.
Play-Doh had a
smell. A unique odor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quicks did. You open up a can of strawberry Quicks?
Oh no, what I mean is because I've got the original ones and there's a faint odor of it.
Oh yeah, it ain't strong.
It's not like it was because it's old as dirt. But,
I want to go buy that thing. Made me want to go buy a can of Quicks. I know it's not going to taste like it did when we were kids.
Oh, I'm sure it won't.
Yeah, well, I did the comic rack video.
It's on her channel.
Yeah.
It's on Lady Pop Hunter channel.
Yeah. So I did it for August. So September I'll do another one. Because it's a once a month, not every week video. The quick cans are fire.
You saw them when I was showing them before? Because yeah, I did get a few recently, and that's very, very nostalgic. That's very nostalgic. Why
it did taste salty.
Who eats the Play-Doh?
Everybody tastes that Play-Doh, and it was salty as can be.
I never
Come on, I'm not the only one. Yeah, I sure did.
Just you two.
Okay, well.
And Homer Simpson.
Homer ate Play-Doh?
In the episode where he was trying to be morbidly obese on purpose so that he could work from home.
Oh my God, he was already obese.
And yeah, you have to be over 300 pounds to qualify.
Oh wow!
And so he was trying to stuff himself. And he was having trouble, and the baby Maggie, is it Maggie?
Yeah, Maggie is the baby.
Made little donuts with their Play-Doh for him. It's like, well, it's not toxic. I can't eat it.
Tang. Kool-Aid did have a smell. Mm-hmm. Still like to see you drink some Quick or Ovaltine or Tang. Well,
if it's new.
Yeah, ain't drinking nothing old. Never ate it, but it was on our fingers at the wrong time.
Right, get under your nails.
Yep, and then you ate it out.
Oh, no. What the hell? What is wrong with you?
Nothing.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm really into those Quick tins now.
Oh, boy. He done got like 3 of them.
The further back you go, the harder they get.
You showed them the new one?
No.
Video store had a smell.
That's true like because of the tape.
Cassette tapes did. Cassette and VCR tapes did smell.
It did.
Yeah. My favorite is South Park Randy Macho Man as a female. We talking about smell. Yeah, that one was funny. That one was hilarious.
Yeah, I did get another Quick tin.
You showed it too?
I did not show it yet.
Oh.
I can show it. I mean, it's over here. I was holding it for the pickups video, but it's from an elite set.
Oh boy.
And there's 6 in the set, and they are extremely rare. That's right. Gunpowder says it's amazing what brings memories back sometimes.
The most simple things.
It is.
It is.
And when I got that first strawberry Quick tin, that's what did it. And like I said, I knew I had bought it, and it's like, okay, this would be cool. But when holding it in my hands, it was a different feeling. I'm like, holy crap, wow. And, shocked her, shocked everybody when I showed it. But this is the new one.
Ooby Doob said, when I worked stocking the pet department at Walmart, I have never found a vegan meat that I didn't have that same exact disgusting flavor ever since.
Dog treats. This is the one, and this is from a set. There's 6.
What year that came out?
Oh God, this is.
It's not written on the back.
No, there's no dates on this. This is pre-barcode. This
Oh.
might be, it might be late 60s.
Mm.
And they had a thing where they were doing, as you can see, this is a claymation bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Strawberry soda.
Yeah.
Here's a real soda fountain special that is simple to fix. See the recipe on the back.
Yeah, there's the recipe.
Oh,
Tell you
wow.
how you can make a strawberry soda with it instead of strawberry milk.
Oh.
Soda, sauce, breakfast cereal.
Ingredients. Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And not a lot of ingredients. Sugar, malt, citric acid, gum, Arabic imitation flavors, salt, and artificial color. Wow, it's not like this long of ingredients.
But it's a claymation bunny. And there were 6 tins, okay, that were done. The strawberry with the bunny,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the only one with a bunny. They had a vanilla one, which I think had a polar bear or something.
Mm-hmm.
They're all claymation characters. So strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, 2 different fudge, and banana.
Ugh, I don't know about that banana.
With a claymation banana, drinking it.
Oh.
Yeah, they all had a different claymation character, but this is the first bunny. And the set, any of them from the set are incredibly rare to find, to get these tins.
Incredibly expensive.
They can be. I lucked up with this one, but they can be. And the more obscure, this one is the more common one,
right?
Actually, from that set. The more obscure it is, the harder it gets.
And the more expensive it gets.
Probably. It's not, I mean, it's one of those things you're not going to find on eBay completed auctions. You know, it's just not there. But I was happy to find that.
That's cool.
I'll see if I can find a picture of the set.
Okay.
So I can show people what I'm talking about here. If I can get this to work. But you know how it is.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work
because you try.
Because I need something. It's going to screw up on me.
That's about how it goes.
Isn't that the way?
Mm-hmm.
I know, right? It's, what are you going to do? And there's other banks too. Like you saw, I got the bank. Here we go. This is a picture of the whole set. I'll show that here to you. There we go.
Oh, look at a lion.
Yeah, the lion.
The polar bear.
The polar bear is vanilla.
What's that chocolate?
Hold on. Chocolate is like a little kid with a sailor cap.
No, the other one.
Oh, no, hold on. All right, slow down.
Okay.
Because you're all over the place.
Oh.
I am too.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the strawberry bunny, and underneath that is vanilla. And then you have chocolate fudge with the lion. Chocolate fudge with what looks like I don't know what that is, a Tootsie Roll or something. Chocolate malt with the little kid with the sailor cap, and then chocolate banana with the
chocolate banana
with the banana there.
Oh, wow.
This set is like the holy grail set for anyone who collects stuff like this. And you know, like I've got the strawberry one. And I've discovered also, like I was saying, there are other banks. So like I have the Quick Western Town Bank, but there are also other banks that are available. I know there's like an outer space one.
Yeah.
Things like that. And Gunpowder says the Quick Tin was mesmerizing. Chat just stopped.
It was like, oh my God.
Well, look at it's incredible nostalgia. It's incredible nostalgia because that's something when you grew up, man, you wanted that. You saw that commercial for that Quick and you're like, oh, I want that, you know? And then to have it as an adult, even though there's nothing in it.
No.
And if there is, like these. And this is the other set. I can get that right there. And these are the 16-ounce cans. And this is the one that started it all.
Mm-hmm.
Because then everybody's like, oh my God, I remember Quick. And there's the chocolate version. This one is still full. This has not been used. This is a 70s one, though. This is 70s and this is 80s. Notice, let me put them side by side this way. Notice the difference in the bunnies. See, that's a 70s bunny
Okay.
for strawberry. But then the 80s, they altered him.
Took his clothes off.
Yeah, they got rid of the overalls and they gave him the Q necklace. And you notice his face is wider. So this is the 80s. This is the 70s.
Now you get artificial flavor.
Yeah.
Artificial strawberry, and then in the chocolate you get real chocolate flavor.
Real chocolate flavor, whatever that means.
Well, I wonder what you get in 2026.
Two heaping spoonfuls.
No,
in a
you
glass.
need 3.
4
plus some sugar.
You need 4 heaping spoonfuls in your milk.
Two heaping spoonfuls of sugar. I don't even know what cereals are around anymore. I haven't been in the cereal aisle. I don't even go down the cereal aisle.
And then that's the bank. And there's other banks. And this is 80s again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we still got real chocolate flavor, but what does the ingredients look like?
Let me see. It says sugar, cocoa.
You got to show it to the people.
Oh.
Where's the ingredients?
Sugar, cocoa, processed with alkali, lecithin, salt, artificial and natural flavor.
Got long.
That's not so bad. For the 80s, that's not so bad.
I don't know what it looked like now.
I'm wondering if I should try to track down some of the other banks.
Try.
Yeah, I mean, if I can get it for a good price, you know how it is. I don't want to spend a fortune on this stuff because it can get, some of these are like insanely expensive. It's like, no way. But, you know, of course, who saves this? Who saves these, you know? But that's cool. And then in the 90s is when they started using plastic containers.
Oh, yeah.
And the one from the 90s that everybody likes is the one that's actually shaped like a bunny.
Mm-hmm.
They have one shaped like a rabbit with the screw top.
Okay. Let's see. Mark Toshi. Evening, guys. Hi, Mark. How are you? Very minimal info on the ingredients. Before certain laws were passed, I think. Yes.
Well, once upon a time, you didn't even have to put anything.
No.
You know, and then they started incorporating that over time. They started to incorporate that over time. Which, you know, I understand the need for it, but there's still ways to get around that.
Yeah, there's always something.
There's always something. Yeah, there's always something.
Always something there to remind you.
Okay. But yeah, those quick tins are very nostalgic for me. I was surprised in that, you know, it's one of those things that we talked about before, of certain things that just really bring you back when you see it or you handle it, and it's just like, wow. TV guides kind of like that, because they were so instrumental in,
beware artificial raspberry flavor, and then Great Caesar's Ghost. I've been collecting heavily played with 70s Japanese Shogun vehicles.
Okay.
Do either of you collect damaged toys?
No, I don't really have anything damaged. I try, and thank you,
yes,
by the way, for the donation for our kitty cats. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. No, we did not see Spider-Man toy sheet.
I think we're gonna wait for it to come out on DVD. Because we were 4 weeks down the road.
It's still in the theaters.
Oh,
I mean, it's doing good. I mean, I'd like to take you.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, I'd like to take you sometime. But yeah, we don't have damaged stuff. But I mean, that's fine. What do you try to repair them or combine them together? Paul says his grandfather saved Nestle Quick Container, used them to store nails and screws with other random hardware. I have a dozen of the old metal ones since he passed.
Oh, wow.
People do that. People used to do that with jars and containers and, you know, empty butter tubs and empty Tang bottles and empty coffee bottles and cans. Gunpowder wants to know, what's my flagship G.I. Joe piece? My flagship piece? My biggest piece, or
your grill, or the one you love the most?
The biggest one that I have is probably the Terror Drome, and I think that's That's a fantastic play set.
Mm-hmm.
Terradrome is excellent.
Yes.
The one that I would really love to get
Oh boy.
is the Defiant.
Yes, he would.
But I would have to find it complete because piecing it out would be a nightmare. And which, it does happen. I lucked up big time with that Terradrome. I got it for an amazing price and had everything all intact. But again, if I had to buy pieces for it, I'd go crazy.
Yeah, I did see that the Ramen Toys had Michael Knight, and I did get it. So
12 scale. He said 6 because their partner is doing a 6 scale.
Oh no, I didn't get the 6 scale one.
She got the 12.
I got the 12 scale one. Yeah, I got the 12 scale one, and I agree it is the best. And I got it because it's cheaper than buying the original.
The Kenner one.
And it's hard to find the original in the box and all of that. So I was good with having that one new. When I first moved out on my own, all of my drinking glasses were food jars.
That's what and they used to set it up that way. That's why Welch's jelly jars used to have cartoon characters on them, because you could repurpose it as drinking glasses for your kids.
Mm-hmm.
That was the idea.
Oh, Jazz Ink. Okay. No, I didn't get the Jazz Ink. I got the Ramen Toys.
She got the Ramen one.
112.
Yeah. But I knew somebody was doing a 12 or 6 scale of Michael Knight. I couldn't remember though, but I've seen it. They shown at Toy Fair, not Toy Fair, SDCC reveal.
Oh, okay.
I believe, correct?
Yeah.
I think it was an SDCC.
I think Ramen did a really good sculpt. His likeness his likeness was really nice. So
David Hasselhoff, professional singer.
On one of the episodes of Knight Rider, he sang that whole album. Every song on the album he sang in that one episode.
There's an episode where he was supposed to be infiltrating a band as a lead singer, and all the songs he sang were his own original songs because he was a professional singer. He was a professional singer.
He had a couple of records. He was big in Australia or Japan or somewhere.
Or Norway or somewhere.
He was real big. Yeah.
It wasn't in America.
Yeah, he was huge.
It wasn't UK. It wasn't Top of the Pops. But it was some Middle European country. And they're like, oh, is that David Hasselhoff?
Yeah, both are great. Real People Shrunk Down. Ramen is awesome. Oh, it was Germany. He was great in Germany.
Caesar's Ghost. Okay. He was great somewhere. He was popular somewhere. I remember that featuring him on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous for his singing career. I remember seeing that. Remember Robert Leach? I saw that episode where they had him walk out of the hotel, and they staged the whole thing, and it was so obvious because he like strolls out of the hotel in like tight leather pants and a leather vest or something, and there's like smoke on the ground, like they had dry ice out. It's dark. He walks out of the door, and these women run up to him, jumping up and down with autograph books. And I'm like, come on. Even as a kid, I was like, that's bullshit. They totally staged that. He's on a sound stage somewhere. He ain't no hotel.
Oh, you didn't believe he was in a hotel?
No, I didn't believe nothing that he was doing on that episode.
Yeah, MacGyver and Airwolf was good.
Gunpowder says.
I tried watching Airwolf. I couldn't get past the second episode.
She's mad at the female character.
She got on my nerve.
She's always annoyed at the female characters in those shows.
Yeah, they're too overbearing. I won't watch the show. And Reacher's out, and I'm hoping that woman they got on the thumbnail on Amazon isn't overbearing.
Because the Reacher, the first season was the best season.
Yes.
The second season, the too much was going on with those women. It was annoying. It really was. You had 2 women beating up a whole biker bar by themselves in high-heeled shoes, and I'm just like, give me a break.
Yeah.
And then the third season was better Not as good as the first season.
No, he made
but
too many mistakes in the third
that
season.
woman was annoying.
Yeah, that police officer got on my
with
nerves.
the fake Boston accent.
Yeah,
was really freaking
she
annoying.
only cared about herself. She didn't care about nobody.
No, she didn't care. She was very selfish.
Yeah,
and it was obvious.
Yeah.
The Reacher movie was good with Tom Cruise. The first one.
Oh yeah, the second one.
The second
woman
one
got on my nerves.
wasn't as good. The writing was not nearly as good as in the first film. I really dug the first one, and the second one I was like, nah, I'm not feeling it. But you know, that's Hollywood for you, folks. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
that's Hollywood for you.
I like Bonnie.
Bonnie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
did you like Bonnie or April on that? Right, I like Bonnie.
Bonnie, the girl in the truck.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can't even think of his name. The last season they brought in the black guy. And he had the really raggedy motorcycle. What was his name?
No, it wasn't TJ. TC. No, it wasn't TC.
TC is
Magnum PI.
That's right.
It was TJ or EJ or something.
I don't remember.
I don't know what his name was.
They made too many
RC.
changes.
That's what it was.
Is it RC? Remote control? Just RC. But we're stretching it out for the last season. Let's see if this works.
Yeah, because you knew. And they do that when a show is about to end.
At least he didn't have a baby.
Oh, God, yeah. they introduce the kid.
Baby, he adopts a kid or something like that.
And they almost felt like they were going that way when they had that young kid that was on there for like an episode, and they felt like they were going to bring him on permanent.
Oh, the teenage brainy kid.
Yeah, that worked the computer.
Because he was in like 2 different episodes.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, this is the route we're going. I'm glad they didn't go that way. But yeah, it started getting kind of
Knight Rider was expensive to produce though.
Oh yeah?
But because they had an army of kits. It wasn't like Dukes of Hazzard where they were smashing up a car and that was the big expense. They had different kits for different functions. They had the kit that would they had the kit that was the show car. They had the kit that was the driving car. They had the launching kit because that kit that they would do the jumps with wasn't a real car. It was a mock-up that they had built that was actually really lightweight, and they'd launch it out of something and pop it into the air, but it wasn't even a real car. They had a bunch of different kits.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, because they didn't want to go down that road that Dukes of Hazzard was going down with, where they had a graveyard full of police cars and Dodge Chargers that were just ruined because they were smashing up real ones. And then they ran out of vehicles and they started using model kits, which was obvious. Like when they jumped the train, you could tell that was a model train. You knew that was a whole scale train with a model kit on strings. And it's like, oh my God, that was the last season though.
What's your favorite horror flick? I really like Halloween, the Halloween
first
series.
one?
Yeah, the first 2. And then I read
before it was just a slasher film.
Yeah, but I kind of liked it though because, the first 3. Because the third one was supposed to jump off something else. And I thought the third one was actually pretty good.
It was going to become an anthology. That was their original intention.
That was the intention. But everybody really got into Michael Myers. And I read online, like, they got like the Michael Myers, like the lore, the history of him. And that got kind of good. And I was hoping they were I always was hoping for something more to happen with him and his sister that just didn't. But I like the Halloween. That's one of my favorites.
Who was it? The original writer from Halloween. I had read.
Wasn't it Wes Craven?
I don't remember. I had read that to this day that he wished they stopped with the original pair of films.
Yeah.
That he doesn't think they ever needed to go further.
They didn't, because they killed him. They killed him and the doctor.
Yeah, that was the intention. They were supposed to die at the end.
Yeah.
I like The Shining.
The Shining was good.
Really well.
Yes.
Love the tension in it.
No music.
Yeah, it's dead silent at times, and that creates a lot of tension, and that's something a lot of modern horror people could learn something from.
Yeah.
The Thing.
The Thing was good. The second one.
The original
John
Thing,
Carpenter.
Yeah,
That's who it was. Thank you, Chris.
The original Thing is okay in its own campy, silly way, but the second incarnation of The Thing was really well done.
Yeah.
Brilliantly shot film.
Yeah.
And the big Easter egg of that film,
mm-hmm.
in the very beginning, when the helicopter is flying over, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy gets out and he's chasing the dog, and the Norwegian guy, and he's yelling, and they don't know what he's saying because he's speaking Norwegian.
Mm-hmm.
He gives away the whole film because he's telling you exactly what he's doing in Norwegian.
Oh, what did he say?
It's a monster. It's not a dog. It's a creature. It changes into different things. You have to kill it. We've got to stop it. He's yelling all of this stuff out, but no one understands what he's saying. So if you understood Norwegian, then the whole plot of the movie is given away right there. But they knew nobody was going to know. That nobody
so how
was
do you know that?
Because it's part of the film's lore. It's part of the film's lore. You can find it.
You can't believe lore.
You can find it with letterbox translation of what he's saying, and he tells you the whole thing. He tells you what he's doing, warning you that it's a dangerous creature. It's a monster. It's not a dog at all. And of course he gets shot because they think he's just crazy. Why is this guy chasing this dog?
Yeah.
And why is he shooting at us? And he did shoot someone by accident. So
yeah, we saw The Shining.
Dr. Sleep.
Dr. Sleep. The Thing was the first R-rated movie Stone Sour saw.
That's a cool movie.
John Carpenter made one of the best documentaries of all times. They did documentary.
It feels like it sometimes.
The original Fog. I saw The Fog.
Yeah, The Fog was good.
Yeah, that Jamie Lee Curtis. Was in there. Do you remember Rawhead Rex?
I don't think I've seen that.
It was like Pumpkinhead. I did see Pumpkinhead, but not that.
I don't think I've seen that. Speaking of The Fog, you know what's another good one? Is
The Mist.
The Mist.
Not the TV show.
The Perfect Storm.
The Perfect Storm,
which is a miniseries. It's a 5-parter.
I
think it's the only thing Stephen King did that he wrote as a script first.
It wasn't a book.
Before it was a book.
It wasn't a book.
Yeah, it was. He wrote it as a script, but it's well done.
Yes.
Most of those miniseries are well done, like Salem's Lot.
Even though he don't like none of them.
Or Rose Red.
Yeah.
Was good.
The Stand.
The Stand was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, those miniseries. They don't do good miniseries anymore.
That had a vampire movie, wasn't it? What?
Which one?
I don't know.
Salem's Lot was a vampire series.
Salem's Lot was about witches, wasn't it?
Salem's Lot, the miniseries, was about vampires.
Oh yeah, they was in that house.
It's the one where you remember the kid's floating and he's scratching on the window. That's Salem's Lot. You don't remember?
No.
Oh, I don't know about you. I don't know about you sometimes. We watched it together.
I know. You know I don't remember the movies like all that.
Oh,
I don't remember them well.
It's okay. I'll remember it for you.
Thank you.
Or we'll rewatch it.
But I remember Downton Abbey well.
I don't like Downton Abbey.
Yeah.
No, Perfect Storm was not a vampire movie. The guy is actually like a warlock in Perfect Storm. The guy's a warlock.
That it was all that woman's fault.
It was that woman's fault. It was that woman's fault. Yeah, Lost Boys. We saw Lost Boys. Weird film. Weird film, but not a bad film at all.
Yeah.
Not a bad film at all. But you could go on and on. In the 80s peaked for movies and television, I think, in my opinion. And I think it's slid downhill ever since. It climbed and climbed and climbed, and then it started to go like that.
Well, everything does that, but it usually comes back up, and I don't see a coming back up right now.
Yeah, it hasn't come back up. The peak has not come back up since the mid 80s.
Hey, Victor. Hey, Victor. How are you?
Fest. Okay.
The museum is on another level. Incredible. I've got some pieces missing in the museum.
Oh, you have some stuff that we don't have?
Yeah. And 12-inch. David does have a bunch of 12-inch Star Wars. Hope to see you soon.
The loose. I'm missing IG-88. If I can find a complete IG-88 for a decent price and not somebody trying to gouge me.
Mm-hmm. Are you coming to Joe Lanta? If you are,
you'll probably see us.
Yeah,
you'll probably see us at the Joe Lanta. And I only have 3 boxed deluxe 78 Star Wars figures. Only have 3. But there you go. There you go. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. We want to thank everybody for joining us. So special thanks, of course, to Logic Blaster, to Robert, to Ooby Doob, and Stone Sour, and Great Caesar's Ghost for making donations to the channel. Of course, that always helps us with our shelter cats.
Yes.
The felines that we take care of. So it means a lot. Every bit helps.
Yes.
For taking care of our little creatures. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. Hope you had a good time. And hopefully we can do this with you again sometime soon. Watch out for this week coming up. The tour video.
Yes.
I did a tour again. We did a tour. Oh, you gave it away.
Oh.
Because I didn't say who it was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, you may as well. Yeah.
No, I didn't say who though.
How many chances?
We know a lot.
Okay.
Nostalgic Pot Blasting name is Chance.
Yeah, well.
And he got a big old comic book collection.
He does have a collection.
We went to his house.
Willie, you will find the.
Willie,
just got here.
Willie.
But this will be saved, so you can rewatch
for all eternity. Yeah, you can watch it 10 times.
You can rewatch it
on my channel,
and maybe you can catch us. Maybe you can catch us on the next one.
Yes.
So good night, everyone. Thanks again, and see you soon.